Silver is over its first barrier, just needs to get over the second one and hold above it for the party to continue. We'll be talking about silver today. We'll start that in the next 2 minutes. We're also talking about crypto as well. Is one large final altcoin crypto dip happening before the big 2025 alt season? All that starting in less than 2 minutes. But within the first 1 minute of the show, we have to say hello. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, geez, man, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers, including the Synchronised Slurp in the first 1 minute of the show. That's where you grab a tasty beverage, I grab my tasty beverage, and we slurp them synchronously together. It is the honor system. My 1,147 subscribers on YouTube, my nearly 3,000 followers on X, wherever you are in the world, grab your tasty beverage. Do it audibly. It is the honor system. Hit the like button. Get me trending. Let's do all that stuff, shall we? Here we go. Synchronized slurp first. In 3, 2, 1. Slurp it, people. Oh, great to see you. I am full of coffee. Way more coffee than normal. I've got lots of energy. Who am I? I'm Joe Main. I have been a stacker of precious metals since 2010, stacker of crypto since 2013. Now I do this weekdaily live show all about live gold, silver, platinum, Bitcoin, crypto analysis, economic news, reviews, interviews sometimes as well. It is just absolutely fantastic. Join me on X and on YouTube because I'm going live out on both right now. The show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. You may hear a little bit more of them from sometime in the show, but we'll get to the shout-outs and the comments a little bit later. We've got to get straight into what we were talking about, as I did promise in the first 2 minutes of the show. Let's talk about silver's first barrier broken, and then what we need to climb over. Now, my regular subscribers probably know what I'm talking about, but to the uninitiated, we'll take a look at the silver price. We'll also do live gold, platinum analysis as well, and let's take a quick look. But it's good to see that we're over its first little barrier. Okay, let's share the screen again. It is silver on the daily time frame, priced in USD $30 and 80 US cents. Okay, here's what we had been talking about. We needed to at least, at bare minimum, close above this downtrend line. So that's the first barrier that has been broken in order to say that the party is going to continue after a very quite now a potential interim low now here at 28.75. While we have been below this downtrend line, I have been saying 80% sure that lower prices are coming from here, because we were below the downtrend line. Because a lot of the time you can have something like this downtrend line, we have a test, you have another test, and this, oh, that looks good, and then it just fakes you out and does something like that. Now, doesn't mean we're 100% out of the woods, no, but I am going to, this is around this point where I said yesterday, maybe even the day before, where I will flip like that really quickly from like 80% sure that we see lower prices to once we get above the second barrier. Okay, the next barrier here is at 31 US dollars. It's a very key level for me personally. Other people may have a differing opinion. Why? I won't go through the details and show you it all. I've shown it to my subscribers a million times before, but $31, a very key Fibonacci level on the very macro scale. We're talking about taking it from the high of the 1980s and the lows of the early 90s. And it happens to be, I think it was the 0.618 or the point, no, I think it's like the 0.38. It's one of those ones. Anyway, it had failed for years and years and years to close any month above 31 US dollars. That I'll quickly show you. Right, look at this. Here we go, all the way back. We're looking a little liney, but I'll show you right there. Get rid of all the details. Here's the monthly time frame on silver, right? What do we notice? Let's take a look at 31 US dollars. Where are we? Right smack bang, call it there. Okay, when was the last time we closed any month above 31 US dollars? Not all the way back here, right there. In January of 2013 was the last time we had closed any month at or above, or preferably above, 31 US dollars since January of 2013. Even though, and this is interesting, right? Even though we came up to make higher highs, right? We broke $32.50 up in, May of last year. Where did we close at? We closed below 31 US dollars. Here we had a spike. It was a close below $31. The following month in July, a spike above 31, close below 31. And then finally, so I've been talking about 31 US dollars, very key level, okay? Hadn't been broken on, closed on the monthly since back here. We finally did it in September. So that put me from 99% sure that we were in a bull market, new bull market, to 100% sure, with dips along the way, but that is a key level. So let me pop that back on and I'll show you on the daily, and that is why my $31, that's why $31 is a must hold for hope. Cool? So that's the next barrier. Great to see us above the downtrend line, and obviously we need to hold it, okay? Hey, expect some retests potentially. You could retest, $30.60, $30.70 today. I need that to hold, okay? You don't want to see the following. If you want to see higher prices from here, you don't want to see the following, do something like that. Then that gets back to like 80% sure. And that's even bigger setup to go, lower prices coming, maybe even down to like $28, the top end of my best buy zone. Okay, what you want to see is this hold and then this do that. Okay, that's what you want. Hold and break and hold 31, and then party continuing, and then we'll talk about the next level, which is $32.50. Final hurdle for new highs coming soon. Not all-time highs, but new highs coming. Cool? Get it? Got it. That's kind of it. That's really quick for silver analysis. What else do you need to know? That's really it. Good to see it above the first barrier. Needs to break the second barrier. Very key one of 31 US dollars. Yeah. So while we're in this no man's land, I will call it. So while we're between the first barrier and the second barrier, I will just flip from 80% sure that we'll see lower prices from here. I'll flip and just do it a 50-50 on the fence, right? Right in no man's land. If it does this, or if it does that, then I will change my tune. Get it, got it, good. That is like a 50-50 at the moment. A lot of people will say, oh, look, double bottom here. Of course, 100%. We're just absolutely going up from here. Yeah, and you could be right, but I don't do 100% things. I don't do that because, you can easily get faked out at levels because that's life. Nothing is 100% guaranteed. So 50-50 on the fence while we're in between this little range right here. That is silver's first barrier broken. Hopefully the second one will be done very soon. Let's take a look at gold. Gold looking very strong at the moment. Gold on the daily time frame once again. USD 2,713 US dollars. Same thing as yesterday. Great to see us above all three major trend lines, and we're up even higher. Okay, we topped out at 2,224. Great news. We're not yet above my personal final hurdle, 2,735 US dollars. Key Fibonacci level from this high and this low right there. It's at the 0.786. I like that as final hurdles. You could really comfortably say, very comfortably, you could say, oh, look, we broke the 0.618 right here at $2,694, and then it's just onwards and upwards from here. A lot of people would say, oh, no, we're breaking new all-time highs now. Absolutely guaranteed. For me, I'm just a little bit more conservative because I have seen many times before people get faked out because it breaks the 618, right? And people go, oh, that's it, man. We're onwards and upwards. And then it fakes you out here, okay? That's my final hurdle, 2,735. It's looking really good. Let me just get over there, do that. And bang, I will say new all-time highs in gold coming really, really soon. Days and weeks, not months and months. I feel like a broken record at the moment. I kind of say the same kind of sentences over and over again, don't I? But it's the message of the market, and it's what I personally see. What would negate all of this? Breaking back below these three major trend lines, breaking back below that sort of confluence of prices. And if you did this, I'm not saying this is happening at all. Unlikely at this stage, okay? But if you start doing that, break below 2,605, very specifically, line in the sand or lower we go, and then we'd be opening it up to that $2,500 area at this stage. So while we were below the three major trend lines, the confluence of those, I was saying 80% sure we'd see lower prices coming. Now that we're above, it flips, man. It flips to, like, as I said yesterday, probably only a 30% chance at this stage that we see that, and probably even less. Okay, now if you break, again, you do that, it's like maybe a 5 or 10% chance if we do that. Cool. So I could be absolutely wrong. I did say 80% sure that we would see lower prices. And yeah, happy to be wrong too. So happy to change with the message of the market. And you should never be following what I do anyway. Should you have been waiting for lower prices when I said, hey, we're not above any of these major downtrend, these major lines right here, major trend lines? Does that mean you should have been waiting for that $2,500? No, as I always say, just dollar cost average is the best way to go. I'm just kind of giving you a weather report. I'm not a soothsayer. I'm just, some dude on the internet. Cool. But that's what I see. But great to see it above the three major trend lines and holding at the moment. Okay. Get it? That is gold in USD. We won't do Australian dollars. It's just, normally I will talk about precious metals and I'll talk about all assets denominated in their USD. Why? Because USD is the world's reserve currency, and wherever you are, this is a world dominating show, and so if you live in Australia, your Australian dollar floats against the USD, so you have that extra factor you've got to consider. And wherever you are else in the world, your foreign currency floats against USD. That's why we talk about USD price only, or normally. Let's take a look at platinum in USD, doing, still in my zones of, pardon me, at this stage I favor. Now I could be wrong on this. I'm going to favor for the moment that to the downside for platinum. Because platinum is at historical lows against gold and silver, but it still certainly has could have room to move down. Nothing's really changed here. All my stuff is in play right there. Gee, what do you know? What did we have on the daily time frame? A retest and a spike to exactly the uptrend line right here. Isn't that funny how this stuff works? 950 US dollars. Okay, so we're still below this area. You could call this the no man's land at the moment. I'm technically have to be depressed for platinum because we are below this general structure right here. We're below there. I'm depressed for platinum, but whether we bounce from the 930 support level and do that, hey, that'd be lovely. But I favor the following. I favor that. Okay, down into the belly of the best buy zone. That's anywhere from 870 to 840 is kind of probably likely where you'd bottom out. I don't see 800 or 750. That's less likely. Okay, but for the moment, yeah, look, we're not even there. We're just in this sort of no man's land trading range. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that is platinum. Cool. Gold to silver ratio. Nothing really to say. Still favoring gold at the moment. Australian dollar to US dollar. Yeah, just kind of trade range trading, and I'm still think we get down to 60 cents, at least 60 US cents, but yeah, could be completely wrong on that. Cool, that's all that stuff. Cool, so we've covered precious metals. We've covered silver's first barrier broken, which is great news. Now we will be talking about we'll do some Bitcoin analysis, and we'll be talking about floating the idea that someone that I love listening to and I follow personally from a technical analysis perspective, who is suggesting a large crypto dip. One final major crypto dip is coming, and that would be a potential opportunity to load up big before the big altcoin season of 2025. Some people, it's a bit of a slightly radical idea, so we'll take a look at that in just a second. Radical in terms of what a lot of other people are saying who are just rah bullish from here. One person, not one I'm sure, but someone I trust a lot is saying, yeah, just watch out. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But first, of course, I've got to talk, and we'll do that in around about 5 minutes. We'll start that. Again, use the time codes below if you're watching on the replay. But I've got to say hello to my wonderful GMS Good Morning Stackers family. GMS, g'day knackers. I love how you just talk amongst yourself. It's great. GMS, looking forward to today's show. Yeah, me too. Good morning, Stackers. The Dawn, GMSS. Fair enough. Good morning, Silver Stackers. That's what you said. Neil Han Dynasty, great to see you on the show, my friend. Once again, morning, Joe, says Jason. Morning, Jason. Platinum, yep. Platinum is cheap. Nick Cosmic. Good to see you on the show, my friend. Hit the big red subscribe button to join if you are not already a subscriber. I have a feeling maybe you're a long-time subscriber, first-time live watcher. Jason Ashworth says, well done, Trump team, on reaching ceasefire deal in Gaza. Hope it is a lasting peace. Has that just happened? I think that was... did that just happen? I think it's for 1/3. Okay, well, Jason is our token more left-leaning, not like full lefty-commie, whatever, everyone's welcome, though, free speech. But, all right. And what I love about people like Jason, who are might be a bit more left-leaning, is they give credit where credit's due. And I will do the same. If a left-leaning government does something which just makes common sense, then I'll go, yeah, good on the Biden administration, or good on whatever. Well done, Trump team, on reaching ceasefire deal in Gaza. Now, technically, it was the Biden administration, but I will double check. Is this tongue-in-cheek? Because did this actually happen? I heard that maybe it didn't go through. I don't know. So maybe it did. I'll have to check. I'll ask Grok. It's probably a good idea. GMS all. Pete Knackers. Hello, everyone. GMS. Mark, Florida. Good to see everyone here. Another week done. Yeah, it is Friday. Oh, my God. These weeks are just absolutely flying. It's just like we're still in the no man's land of New Year's, and it's like, what day is it? Oh yeah, we're already at mid-January. LAM, great that you're here. It's good to see you, Living Out of Man. Yeah, it's all right. Be right back. Sure, no problem, man. Let's get some more comments in, and if I have time, I will do a chart request today. So get any chart requests. It could be a crypto, a stock, something else that I will give preference to first looks. I love to take first looks at things, but I'll rehash something if you want me to have another look at something I've looked at before. We will be taking another look at XRP today, very quickly. Bitcoin analysis and all that. That's just coming up in a couple of minutes. But first, of course, you should be buying from Perth Bullion Exchange. perthbullion.com.au, the greatest Australian bullion dealer. Okay, there's just bar none. They're kicking every single goal. They're doing everything I would do if I was starting my own bullion dealership. I have a little bit of knowledge up my sleeve with that. I did start my own bullion dealer for about a year. Fell through because of wholesale issues. GST and wholesale issues is that my business fell through back many, many years ago now. But if I was restarting a business, Ricky at Perth Bullion Exchange is just ticking all the boxes, including being the first and only dealer in Australia to give you free shipping. Yeah. My international subscribers watching now going, yeah, you get free shipping when you buy over a certain amount of gold and silver, don't you? Not in Australia, you don't, until Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, started their business in May of this year. Buy over 20 items. That's it. Have 20 or more items in your shopping cart, in your order. Mix and match of it, not just 20 of one thing, 1 of this, 2 of that, 7 of that, whatever. Instant free shipping Australia-wide. All that good stuff. Let me get rid of that. That's annoying. Cool. So perthbullion.com.au, great prices as well. They're not jacking up the premiums to give you the free shipping. They're not hiding it in the premiums. They're still, oh yeah, I've got to tell you this. I've got to tell you this as well. Did you see... I can't show you. Can I show you right now? No, I won't show you right now. What they did, they've just done something brand new. They brought out price match guarantee from any other major Australian bullion dealer. Okay, they will match any price of stuff that has to be. There's a few caveats. So if you go to Perth Bullion Exchange's YouTube channels, just go to YouTube, type in Perth Bullion Exchange, you'll find their channel. I think it's one of their most recent videos. It says price matching guarantee or price match something or other. Read how they're the only company in Australia to make price matching an official policy. Let me pop that up. There we go. An official policy, a business policy, where if you find a better deal on a major bullion exchange and you just tell Ricky at Perth Bullion Exchange and he'll match that price. There's, again, a few caveats and all that kind of stuff, so watch that. And they're just absolutely kicking goals. Anyway, perthbullion.com.au. Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Download it for Android or iPhone. It is one of the great ways to save and invest in gold, particularly if you want to do it in smaller amounts as well. You can buy $1 million of gold from Wealthstack for spot plus 1%. That's all it ever costs you, spot plus 1% to buy gold, okay? But if you want to do it in very small increments, like $10, you just want to buy $10 of gold, is it spot plus 30%, spot plus 50% because you're buying just $10 of gold? No, it's spot plus 1%. Never changes, right? It's an unallocated gold program, meaning you don't get to hold the physical in your hands. It's held in storage for you. You do own it. It's Australian-owned, regulated, operated business, okay, all on the up and all that great stuff that you'd expect from a good unallocated program. No storage fees, no transfer fees, 100% backed by real physical metal, okay? They're working with the big boys, the big international wholesale facilities, right, and storage facilities. It's just fantastic, okay? All I'd ask you to do, go to wealthstack.com, go down to the bottom left-hand corner, click on the frequently asked questions page, read the FAQs, and you will be absolutely floored with what they're doing, what's coming down the pipeline in the roadmap. You'll be able to do silver for spot plus whatever they choose it to be. It'll be a very low percentage. They'll be doing physical redemptions. They'll be doing a debit card thing where you can get a debit card and then pay for your goods and services in your precious metals. Anyway, great stuff. Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Let's go to Bitcoin. We'll talk about the crypto dip and then we'll talk Bitcoin. Okay, then we'll just do that. So let's do the second topic of the day. Let's go to others. I want to take a look at others. So others is the whole altcoin market excluding the top 10. Okay, so there are some altcoins in the top 10, but they just whole altcoin market excluding the top 10. All right, am I training? Yep, good. Here we go. Is one more final large crypto dip coming for us all to load up before the 2025 altcoin season really kicks off? Now, that is possible, and I'm sure it's been floated by more than one person. I have to admit, I didn't look. I'm not the world's greatest charting person. I'm just a guy. I'm just this random dude, dollar cost average and all that stuff. But I like to follow people who are way better than me at stuff. That's what you want in life. You want to be and surround yourself, or at least follow, and all that. People who are better than you at what you do. So I can tell you right now, here's someone who's way better than me, and you should follow them. And here's what they've floated. So I'm going to give a big ups to, and a lot of you know and follow this person, ASX Trader. You should follow ASX Trader. I watched all his videos. He's amazing. 22,000 nearly subscribers on YouTube. A very robust Facebook page, and of course he does the Mastering the Markets course, which people can buy. One day I'm thinking about doing that myself, but man, just absolutely fantastic. But here's what ASX Trader has been talking about, crypto up, crypto. Here's what he just posted yesterday. Okay, let's have a look. And I find this very interesting, and I didn't think about this. Okay. ASX Trader's Facebook page, right? Others, alts, on the daily time frame. This is going to hurt, right? This is what he's saying. This is going to hurt a lot of people's psychology. Possibly even mine went, ooh, really? Or maybe, he says, my winning streak comes to an end. So what I love about ASX Trader, he doesn't say 100%, just like me. He doesn't say, oh, it's 100% doing this, 100% doing that. He just gives, potential likelihoods, right? But I must say, he's pretty darn good at his predictions, okay? So what he's noticing is the following here on others, the crypto market cap minus the top 10, right? And he's noticing, I think it's probably Elliott wave that he's using, something like that. He's seeing this potential right here. So let's see how close we can get right there. So here's others, top there. There's that over nearly 400 billion. That's that recent one. Here's that recent dip down to around about 300 billion. Here's where we are around about now, 350, 360 billion. Boop, 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 down to maybe 270, 280, 260 billion. Okay, that's an interesting interesting thing to float, and a lot of people wouldn't be thinking about. Some people, many other people would. Okay, but let's take a look. Let's read into more detail on this. So this is just a big ups for ASX Trader, and then we'll take a look at my chart as well, and where does that sort of match up with, you know, the chart, the live chart. So right here, it looks like it's definitely based on Elliott wave, something like, you know, ABC patterns. I'm not, you know, full au fait. I just use more simple support lines of support and resistance and Fibonacci, and that's pretty much it, right? I'm just a novice. Cool. But look at this. So ABC, ABC, and then an AB, maybe down to the C, and that forms something like a WXY as well. It's something like I'm sure it's something like Elliott wave, something like that. Cool. So potentially down to, yeah, that kind of $260 billion mark. We'll see how much percentage down that is. But I also want to look and read some of the comments, because they did give a little bit more detail as well. So let's see. Or a triangle could be just not ideal. What if this is 1, 2? He's saying, what if, so someone floated, what if this is a 1, 2 something, whatever. And he said, can't be a leading diagonal. So he's talking about Elliott wave, wave 3, blah, blah, blah. Yep, cool. Let's see. He said here, I needed that bear to stay in Canada and hibernate. Don't bring those bearish tones here, young man, says someone. And ASX Trader says, just one more low. Oh, boy. This could be a really interesting time. Someone floated, well, what about the employment data in the negative? Alts tank and sweep the lows. Moonboy Trump inauguration. Enthusiasts get wrecked. Altcoin season begins. Excuse me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Hang on 1 minute. Sorry about that. It was just my 3-year-old son just coming in and jumping on the furniture. So let's have a look right here. So ASX Trader says, nah, sentiment hasn't been reset enough. Okay, so resentiment, the fear and greed index is now back at 75. Okay, so capitulation still to come. So he's pretty confident on this. Okay, let's see what else. Up or down. Any other things here? What is this one? Let me just read this. So this is a really interesting thing. Any more? Now this is interesting. So we'll take a look at XRP today as well. Man, my biggest holds HBAR, XRP, and Stellar Lumens, XLM, green all week. Okay, and this is interesting. What he said is XRP is literally doing exactly what I said here months ago. They move different to other crypto. Isn't this interesting that he says this? Because I only read this comment now. They move differently to others at the moment because of the US, the American flag right there. What was I saying yesterday or the day before? I did that video entitled XRP Leading the Way. I'd said it seems to be like the canary in the coal mine. It was definitely doing different things. That's interesting. A big call. Like I said, the least confident. So it's the least confident he's been on a call since calling the top, but it seems like a logical move. So he's saying, he's floating the idea, could be, it might not happen, okay? Kind of the least confident that he's been on a call, but happy to sit and wait for a confirmed reversal before going long again. So there you go. So that's a potential right there. I wasn't thinking about it. It's been floated. Now it's got me thinking about it, okay? And as I did a video, was it late last week or early this week, saying, is USD the place to be? Is it better just to be parked in USD right now because of we're not over certain levels. We're not below. We haven't confirmed a break, and we haven't confirmed above major resistance either, okay? So that's ASX Traders post. Go check them out. So let's take a look on others right now. So this is the same chart that he has got right there. Where would that put it? He's around about 260 to 280 billion. So let's pop that in here. Now, does this match up with any Fibonacci levels? Let's have a look right here. Again, this is others. I'll go to the monthly. Excuse me. Right there. So there's the Fibonacci, from that high and that low. We've got a major Fibonacci at 280 billion. Okay, so that could roughly match up right there. or anywhere down to there. So I'm going to put in a rectangle. And this is, I'm going to call this the ASX trader range, something like that. So let's call it 260 to 280. I think that would make the most sense. Cool. 260 to 280. And I'm going to dub it the ASX trader low range. Cool. Now, I'm not going to put a guaranteed on that. Of course, it just said, the least confident in it, but just watch out for it. Isn't that interesting? So here is, again, others on the monthly. Yeah, man, that would have to tick down for a couple of months, probably at least, or maybe you could do it in the following month, I guess. Yeah, you could fall off the cliff here and then close this month. Again, what did we talk about? We talked about the Trump inauguration potentially being the sell on the news rather than rah, 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 it's crypto focus. It could be a sell on the news event for the big whales. So the whales let everyone be rah, rah, rah. He's gonna get in. He's crypto focused. He's finally got in. He hasn't been, offed. And he's finally made it. He made it to inauguration day. He's in. He's the new prez. So crypto's going to go crazy. And that's when the really big whales go, yeah, really? Well, I'm going to sell that news. Okay. So there's a potential there. All right. No one knows exactly which way crypto's going to go after January 20th, but there's a case to be made that you could see a dip. And that's a fair point. So you could see, a lower January technically close green for the month and then have February have a quick dip down, like a big wick. That'd be lovely. Maybe down possibly to in this 280 billion to 260 billion area. What's that dip percentage? Let's have a quick look-see. From here, for example, that would be what is that? That's that's a 20% move. That's not much. Okay, there's a 20% move from here to 280 billion to that Fibonacci line, or it is a 27% move. So you could call it roughly 20 to 25% move from here. Okay, well, it's not surprising. At the moment, though, if you take a look on the weekly time frame, we are currently above, and this is where ASX Trader is saying he's like the least confident on that. We are still in this we're above the big downtrend line. Okay, so that was good. We had a couple of wicks down, and look at this on the weekly time frame. A wick down, we opened a wick down and right back up. So that's a big call. Let's see what happens with ASX Traders thing. I'll tell you now, I never trust anyone fully. Of course, you do your own research and all that, but I am actually mainly in USD at the moment because of those reasons. And I also took a look at the prices and went, I'm a little bit of a further dip quite possibly going, but not as far as what I think ASX Trader said it could do. But I'll show you Bitcoin now, and I'll show you XRP. We've just hit the all-time high in XRP. Let's take a look. We're a little bit down at the moment in that. So that is, anyway, that's others. So you could potentially have a 20-25% move if the ASX Trader range plays out right there. So interesting. I will be keeping updated on that, and I will keep updating you on that, and follow ASX Trader as well. Really, really good resource. Cool. If it starts, I would suggest if it starts though, what would negate all of this? If it starts breaking above the downtrend line, then I think even ASX Trader would go, yeah, probably not. Probably not true. Like least confident on that. If you start closing above here, right, that's be like, oh yeah, probably not going to do this thing. Although my final hurdle for new all-time highs for the alt season to really kick off is 404 billion exactly. Why is it 404 billion? Like we talked about with what was it? That other one? Gold, taking from a recent high and a recent low. It's the 0.786 level. Is it? Or is it from? No, is it from there? Is it from there? No, it's from the. Sorry, it's from the larger. It's from the larger macro Fibonacci. It's the 0.786 here at 404 billion right there. Got to see it close and hold above there to say, and it's really conservative. It's like, yeah, no shit. If it closes above there, of course it's going to break, right? It's pretty obvious, but it's just conservative. But you want to see 404 billion broken and held above. Cool. On the relative strength index, this is interesting. So on the contrarian side for the relative strength index, if you take a look on the monthly time frame, we might be, and look, the month hasn't finished, right? But interesting. We've gone to extremely undervalued, extremely overvalued, extremely overvalued. That's the previous high. We did test extremely overvalued, and now it looks like we have been ticking up, and this might be just ticking up like this. So that's the, I guess, the contrarian to ASX trader. Well, it looks like we're in the upward direction, but yeah, I guess you could have some sort of little further move down. So what I would say is don't bet against ASX trader. All right, more right than wrong, which is a good thing, but bearing in mind nothing is 100% guaranteed. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's take a look at XRP, and that's probably where I'll leave it for the alts. Interesting Bitcoin. Ooh, okay, here we are. Bitcoin on the, Bitcoin on the daily time frame, priced in US dollars, 99,805. Okay, we're creeping back up. Good old ASX trader could be wrong, but he said he could be wrong. Let's see. We are not above yet. Okay, here's where we are. Yeah, look, this gives pause to think this could be a further move down. Look at the 4-hour time frame. We went into extremely overvalued, just peeked our head in, and it potentially might be ticking over and back down. You would want, if you want to see Bitcoin go up from here, you want to see this. Is it that downtrend line? Let me double check that. No, that's got nothing to do with it. Let me get rid of that downtrend line. You don't need to see that. Don't know what that's all about. But look, it is trending down at the moment, okay? And what have we had on the, at least on the 4-hour time frame, we've had a lower high as well. So that's potential move for a move lower here. And we have failed to, so far, what were we talking about? We were talking about this downtrend line, and we're talking about this level here of 100,000. That was the psychological value. Was it that one? Nope, it was that one. It was something like that. There you go. Must close above for confidence. I'll pop you back on the daily. So we needed to clear 2 places in order to say Bitcoin is moving onwards and upwards from here. It needed to close this downtrend, close above this downtrend line, must clear here first, and it must clear and hold, must close above 100,000 US dollars. What did we do yesterday? Well, day before yesterday, we came up to test this downtrend line. And it held above 100k. So that was a good move, but it didn't hold. It didn't hold for a long time. It didn't break, the downtrend line. So we held above 100,000, but it didn't break this downtrend line. Now we made an attempt. Now again, I'll pop you on the 4-hour. We made an attempt to close above the downtrend line. So far, failed move. Have a look at on the daily time frame. Failed move so far to close above this downtrend line, and also we might not even end the day closing above 100,000 US dollars. Where are we on the price? Yeah, 99,850. Okay, and again on the 4-hour time frame, possibly ticking over. If you take a look at the 1-hour, yeah, that's potential. So we're not out of the woods just yet. So that would give credence for ASX traders' potential call that. We may see lower prices from here. Cool. So we need to get over that level. Until we're over there, till we're technically, I've been talking about $101,000 is the area I really want to see broken and held above. It's a key Fibonacci level from this high and this low. So I really need to see that. Okay. And then, okay, yeah, cool. Then we'll talk about higher prices and all that sort of stuff. But we're not there yet. That is Bitcoin. Just sort of hovering around major resistance. Don't know what's going to happen from here, and neither do you. Should you be dollar cost averaging into your favorite assets? Yes, that's the best way to do it anyway. I want to give an XRP update because we've seen a beautiful move. Okay, XRP has broken its previous all-time high, only by a few cents, but it did break it. Let's get rid of all the flotsam and jetsam. Right here, technically on the Bitstamp exchange in 2018, we had a high of $3.31.7. So $3.317. Cool. And technically, we have made a new all-time high of $3.40. Whoa, a whole nother, few cents up. Okay, look at it. Look at XRP. It is very different. Look at this. It has been leading the way of this crypto run, and as ASX Trader says, it's just acting different. H bar XRP and XLM have been acting different to other crypto, apparently because of America. I don't know what that reference is to, but apparently because of America for some reason. Someone in the comments can maybe explain to me why. Get your comments in, get your chart requests in right now. I will hopefully take a look at something. So that's, look, when you look at it on the monthly time frame, that looks really good. Okay, it looks great. Okay, well, look, we are extremely overvalued on the monthly, but you can creep up even higher. On the weekly time frame, it looks good. What I would say and caution people is we did already get into, and this is where people can get really trapped, okay? It already went into extremely overvalued on the weekly time frame, and that's when we actually pumped to $2.90, okay? Then it has a dip, and then it makes a higher high, but on the weekly RSI, it technically hasn't broken that high. So technically, you could call that. Can you call that bearish divergence? Yes, you can. Okay, from here to here, price in fiat dollar value in fiat currency is going up, but on the relative strength index from that high and that high. So if we take it from that high to that high, it's in the upward direction. That high to that high is in the downward direction. That would signify a bearish divergence, which may say potential lower prices coming from here. We did warn, of course, that you can get up to a previous all-time high, and it doesn't mean you automatically break that all-time high and sail upwards from there. There's always the potential that you have some lower prices coming. And also check out, again, a big ups again to ASX Trader, who did say a similar thing back in about a month ago. Made a rough prediction that you would get up to the all-time high and then a potential move back down. Didn't say 100%, of course, as no one should. And potential move back down, so maybe some major resistance at the all-time high and back down to like your kind of $2.30, $2.15 kind of level. That's quite potential. Okay, so what are we seeing on the daily time frame? Look, in extremely overvalued already, but you can spend a lot of time extremely overvalued, so it's kind of like no one exactly knows. On the 4-hour time frame, however, here's what's happened on the 4-hour. We've broken the all-time high, got up to like that $3.40, and then we are ticking back down, so we're back under the previous all-time high, $3.22. It looks like it has been trending down. You have been 3 times in extremely overvalued on the 4-hour time frame. Could third time be a charm, and then we just start this move back down? Could that coincide with the larger move in crypto that ASX Trader is talking about, one final big dip? Or could this just be a little blip along the way and then we just keep rocketing up? So let's look at both scenarios, okay? If ASX Trader is correct, then you might get a move down to about that $2.15, $2.30 area. Now, where does that line up for me? That lines up with Fibonacci. The one that it lines up the most with is here at $2.08, $2.10. Okay, so you could call that a range. I favor Fibonacci. I favor Fibonacci levels as places where they bottom and top out at. So I would say if ASX Trader is correct and you come down to that kind of $2.30, $2.15 area, I would just watch out for like a spike down to maybe that Fibonacci level of $2.08. So let's pop in here. I'm going to call that the really give it ASX Trader range. Let's give it at that. ASX Trader plus Joe range. Yeah, cool. Plus GMS range. So anywhere down, if this is a turnover, right? $2.30 down to $2.10, roughly. $2.08, $2.10. That would be the ASX Trader and GMS range, something like that, before we see a dip back up. Could certainly rocket from here, make new all-time highs, no problem. I got out of my XRP trade, so I got in at around about your $2.60 mark, I think it was. Got out at the around about here at around $3.30, I think it was. When it broke back down below, I had a stop loss at $3.29, so that got triggered just earlier this morning, I think it was, or overnight. So I'm basically all back in USD at the moment, waiting for a potential further dip. If it starts creeping back above, all right, if it starts doing this, Where are we? If you start doing this, start getting back above the all-time high and start doing this, I'll look at getting back in. It all depends on what the relative strength index is doing at the same time. Cool. Plus, I follow other people and get their non-financial advice as well. Anyway, that's XRP, currently trending down. The 1 hour, definitely you've got room to move down. On the 30-minute, room to move down. 15-minute, yeah, starting to get down there. And then we're getting just crazy stupid with 5 minutes. Don't worry about those. Cool. But yeah, room to move down further with XRP. That could coincide with the others thing ASX Trader is talking about. Bitcoin's not over its major levels just yet. So there is a good case to be made for a final dip. Cool. Looking at anything else? No, that is it, people. That is all the crypto now. Let's do a chart request if we have any and read some comments. Let's see. Scroll back, my wonderful people. By the way, super chats are on. Helps me sort through all the stuff. If there's a comment you really want me to see, if there's a chart request you really want me to do, use a super chat, please, because again, 1,140 something subscribers. The chat gets let me fix that light. The chat gets a little bit harder to. Oh, it's not going to do it for me. Yeah, there we go. The chat gets a little bit. It's a little bit more busy now, so. Super chats are good. Also helps me with the show. Let's see. Comments, and chart requests. Oh, Jason Earthworth says no, not tongue in cheek, mate. A deal was done. Yes. Yeah, so that's good. That was on the Trump Gaza hostage thing. Now, technically, it was the Biden administration. Biden came out and said, look what we did. Good on us. Oh, the final act, one of the final acts of the Biden administration. And he gave his final goodbye speech. It's like, yeah, and then Netanyahu goes, yeah, it was basically like Trump did all that. Right. Let me just fix that lighting. Just give me 1 second. I just want to fix that light. There we go. Don't you love just seeing my hand? Can someone palm read? There we go. Yeah, that's better. I like that. Fair enough. Yes, Perth Bullion Exchange are now doing price matching also. Yes, they are. Biden had no interest in ending it, unfortunately. Yeah, why would he? Mark Florida says, here's a question. Were you aware of Sprot's new stock offering? No. Sprott Silver Miners and Physical Silver ETF. Oh, could be very interesting, incorporating a few angles of silver investing, including physical. New stock offering? I mean, Sprott has ETFs, and I know they had a physical silver ETF, but are you saying this is a combo? Is this one ETF? It's a combination of miners and physical? Is it like a half ratio or something? If that's true, it is interesting. That's weird. Okay, that's interesting. It's like an index of an index. It's like a double index. That's interesting. Eric became a billionaire Eric Sprott. Yeah, Eric Sprott became a billionaire in the metals market, and Rick has 50% share in Sprott. They do good work from what I see. If I only had spare cash to pump into mining stocks. Yeah, I agree. If I only had some spare. Some people are making a good case for Australian gold miners in particular. To have a bit of a good time coming up very soon. Let's see. So, LTC, SPL is saying LTC ETF. What, a Litecoin ETF? Really? Is that getting floated? Interesting. I'm keeping an eye on Vizsla also. Don't know what that is. That's cool. I should know, but I probably don't. They have miners stock as well as physical. Right, so they have miners stock as well as physical silver ETF. Very interesting. Jason Ashworth says, are XRP and XLM not doing their own thing as they are more involved in transforming existing financial system where other cryptos are working on not being part of the financial systems? That's the comment of the day. Comment of the day. That's a great question. Yep. That's a great question. So XRP not other. So basically, is the reason they're doing their own thing because they are more involved in transforming existing financial system, where the other cryptos are hell bent on not being part. Yeah, that's a fair question, fair call. I don't know the answer, but you weren't asking for an answer. That's a great question. Comment of the day, Jason. Good stuff. Should the term the Joe range, trademark the term Joe range from Joe Main. No, don't do that. Let's see. I assume they are, you assume they are separate. Yeah, I mean, Sprot's had a physical ETF and a physical ETF for a long time, but I don't know. Maybe the silver mining ETF is the new thing for Sprott. Do we have any chart requests, or are we just getting the hell out of here? Okay, I'll give everyone 1 more minute. Now, I'll just let you know what's going on. Yes, hit the big red subscribe button, hit the like button, join me on YouTube and X. Here's what I'm going to trial for the end of the show now. At the end of the show, I'm going to play, because I was really enjoying, and you guys have been enjoying, listening to the Good Morning Stackers theme song. I've been putting that recently at the start of the show, but the problem is it's the first 2 minutes of the show, and then people like coming to the show, watching it later on the replay. It gets a bit annoying when you see like a live show and you got to wait that few, and you're like, I got to scroll through the thing, so the engagement can really drop off quickly. That's why I'm starting the show a little bit more engagey, right, getting straight into it. But now I'm going to put it as the final 2 minutes of the show. Why? Because sometimes I end the show, but you guys are still chatting, right? So from now on, for a bit, I'm going to trial doing the full theme song, the full 2 minute theme song with a static screen. And then you guys get to get your final comments in within the first, so you've got 2 more minutes to have your final goodbyes and your final whatever. So I'm going to do that today, see how it goes. You skipped the request, Joe. Oh, so, okay, so that was the request. I'm trying to send a super chat. Thanks, Living Adam, man. I appreciate that. Okay, so you skipped the request, Joe. So that's the request you had. Okay. Duh. So Sprott, which one, quickly, Pete, which one do you want to see? Can you give me the ticker, please? Which one do you want me to look at? Is it the silver mining, is it the Sprott silver mining one, or the Sprott physical ETF one? Can you tell me the one that you want? I'll wait a couple of minutes for that. What else do you need to know? I'll quickly tell you what's going on in my life. I just got back last night. I did a gig that's why I was clean shaven yesterday, because I had to put on foundation. Do I have a photo? Do I have a photo? I don't think I do, actually. Give me 1 second. Do I have a photo of last night? I've got a photo of my breakfast from this morning. There you go. Bacon and eggs and coffee, being the carnivore that I am. Let's see. Oh yeah. Do you want to see? While I wait for the comments, do you want to see? You might not be able to hear this. No, use echo cancellation. Yeah, you'll be able to hear this. Yeah. Do you want to see? Sound check? Cool. This is not me in a wig and eyeliner. This is just me sound checking. You want to see that? Who wants to see me sound checking? But yeah, fuck it. Why not? Ready? Here we go. Oh, so good. How cute am I? Oh, can you come with me? Anyway, sound check. Anyway, that was just super chat won't work. I'd rather do direct deposit. Yeah, sure. Let's see. Physical ETF by the look of it. Okay, so let's have a quick look at that if I can. Sprott ETF. I know, so dumb, hey? Look at me, just... Ooh, XRP going down. Let's see. Sprott ETF. Let me go and have a look. That's all. Sprott. So you want the Sprott. So that's Sprott uranium miners, Sprott physical uranium, Sprott physical silver trust. Okay. Anyway, so I was right. Nope, I was right. I was correct. Sprott silver miners and physical silver ETF, SLVR. Okay, this is the one I'm looking at. So this is I wasn't correct, but it is. So Sprott's brought out a combined silver miners and physical silver ETF. This is really interesting. Cool. I'm going to do a quick little thing on this, and I might make this a separate video. Oh, there's no point because it just got released. Hang on a sec. Hang on. Oh, geez. Oh, yeah, okay. No, I can't chart that. There's no way I can chart that. Look at that gap up. Oh, shite. Okay, so we just had a massive gap up. So this goes back to November 2021. And is this right? Did we just have a huge gap up? And now we're at, what? We just jumped 20. I'm not going to do a separate video on this. Did we just gap up from $10 to $21? What? So was it closed and then it opened again? So what's going on here, people? Could someone tell me what's going on with this ETF? So it looks like that's September. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but for some reason there's a giant gap between the end of September 2023 and the opening back in the 16th of Jan. So the huge gap between there and there. I don't know what that is. I haven't been keeping up to date, but look like it's at $21. I can't chart that, and there's a huge gap there, so I don't know what's going on. So that will not be a separate video. Sprott ETF physical, yeah, maybe we can have a quick look at that. Sprott. I really probably don't have time because other people have other things to do in this house. Okay, I'm not just the only person who lives here. Let's have a quick look though. PSLV. Yeah, not a lot to say about PSLV. It's probably, it's just, nothing to say about PSLV because it's physical silver. Where silver goes, PSLV follows. So nothing to say on that. Yeah, cool. No. Okay, people. I think we are getting there. Final comments and we'll get out of here. The true showman. I am the true showman. You should have seen me with the wig and the eyeliner and everything. That was cool. Do I have any? Give me one sec. Hang on. Maybe someone in the WhatsApp chat has posted some comments or posted some stuff here. I don't want to bore you with everything. Any photos? Nothing. No. Cool. All right. Nah. Big pullback on XRP. Yes. Have you enabled super chats, Joe? Yeah. When I click send. Yeah. Super chats are enabled. Yes. Correct. All right, people. That has been Good Morning Stackers for the last day of the week, Friday, 17th of January, 2025. Stick around for a couple of minutes. We're doing this new thing where I'm going to play the theme song with a static screen at the end so you guys can say your final farewells at the end of the last 2 minutes of the show. Let's see. But finally, of course, we have to do this synchronized slurp. We've got to do the synchronized slurp. The final one for the week. Grab your tasty beverages. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Slurp it, people. Let's see if this works. I'm going to do that, and we're going to do that. Stay safe. Stay informed. Keep stacking. And this has been... See you guys later. I'll let you talk it out for the last 2 minutes. See you next week.
Beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp now. We're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Talking gold and silver and crypto too. With Joe and the gang, it's what we do.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
beverage, let's get in the groove. Synchronized Slurp now are on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah,